All right, well, welcome everyone to Movement Yoga Morning. We missed last week. We were traveling. Neglected to tell you all. Anyway, we're back here this week. So yeah, anything you want to see, please put it in the comments. If we don't get to it this week, we can maybe get to it some other week. We do this many weeks, unless we're traveling, or we don't often forget. Usually it's we got a lot going on. But today we don't. We just have this, and we're super excited to be back with you. My name is Mark Cormier. I'm practicing with Kathy Cormier. 17 minutes or so of yoga, Movement Yoga Morning. Come on up, Kathy.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get going. We only have 17 minutes or so. Let's bring hands on hips and just marching it from side to side. Now balancing on one foot as we kick it off to each side. We've got cross kicks. We've got front kicks. We've got back kicks. And then back to center as we rock it from side to side. Now grounded through both feet. Keep rocking it side to side. Now equal weight in both feet as you find your center. I'll invite you to bring one hand onto your heart, the other hand on top. I'll invite you to set an intention for this morning's practice. It could be something you're thinking about, a word or a phrase. It could be something you're moving towards. It could be something as simple as you're perfect, just as you are. Now rolling the hands over, hands by our side. Hands finding the hips. Let's ground down through the balls of one set of toes as we circle our ankle, our knee, and our hip. So it's a big circle, yeah. We'll get all those joints connected. Ankle, knee, and hip working together as they should. And then taking those circles the other way. Now grounded down through the other balls of the other sets of toes, circling the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Inviting in more prana. Inviting in more flow. And then taking those circles the other way. Now grounded down through 2 feet. Let's bring the knees right together. Hands cap the knees, circling the knees. Could be a big circle, could be a little circle. Let it be your circle. Let your knees tell you what they want. And then taking those circles the other way. The first rule of yoga ahimsa, do no harm. Listening to your body and respecting what your body has to say. And then back up. Don't think too much about it. We're going to step our feet hip width apart. I'll invite you to take a look down at your feet. Most of us have a slight turn out to the toes. That's the way most hips are shaped. Keeping this natural stance, knees a little bit soft, hands find the back of the hips. And just starting to circle those hips. And then taking those hip circles the other way. Now coming back center, a hand on each shoulder, keeping the hips relatively stable as we circle our shoulders. And then taking those circles the other way. Now coming back to center, arms in the air like you either do or don't care. Thumb and forefinger of one hand, catch the wrist of the other. We can traction that far shoulder. And then as a consequence of that traction, starting to circle the shoulders one way as we circle the hips the other. Full body movement. Don't think too much about it. We'll take those circles the other way. Now back to center. Other thumb and forefinger catch that other wrist. Traction in that far shoulder, starting to circle shoulders one way as we circle the hips the other. Don't think too much about it, taking those circles the other way. And then back to center, hands by your side. Releasing and relaxing any tension to the shoulders. I'll allow you to inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. Let the exhale spill out through the mouth as we let those shoulders drop. And let's do that 6 times. Last one here. Keeping those shoulders heavy, working with our neck as we look up and down. Keep going like this. I'll invite you to think of a small ball in front of the neck and a small ball behind. And we're rounding up and over each ball. So even though we're flexing the neck in both directions, we're finding a sense of extension and space in our neck. The next time you lift the chin up, I'll invite you to hold that, taking it a little further as we stretch out the base of our throat. Up and over that ball in front, holding that tuck of the chin. Taking it further as we stretch out the back of our neck. Now bringing one fist onto the sternum, another fist on top. I'll invite you to make that chin to fist connection. Either staying here or losing one fist. Either staying here or finding two flat palms. Either staying here or losing one flat palm, keeping that physical connection between the sternum, the palm, and the chin. Either staying here or losing the palm, trying to find that chin to sternum connection. The chin lifts up to meet the chin. The sternum lifts up to meet the chin as much as the chin moves down to meet the sternum. Jalandhara Bandha, the chin lock. And then lifting the chin tall through the crown. One of the benefits of a good yoga practice is good posture. I'll invite you to do a good posture check with me. As index fingers touch the ears, thumbs touch the shoulders, hands touch the hips, fingers stretch down towards the heels. Let's take it in segments. Ears over shoulders, ears and shoulders over hips, ears, shoulders, hips over heels as we stand tall. I'll invite you to bring hands to the heart. A light press of your thumb against your sternum as you line up each finger. Relax shoulders, a soft tuck of the chin. Coming back to your intention. Let's find our Ujjayi breath. Long, smooth breaths in. Long, smooth breaths out. Now slightly constricting the base of the throat to add a slight sound and feel to your breath. The Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath, it's a relaxing breath, but it's also a power breath. The sound of this breath often compared to the sounds of the ocean as the waves wash in and out. Keeping this Ujjayi breath, finding the tongue loop, tip of the tongue to the hard palate just behind your teeth. Keeping that connection throughout our practice. Keeping our jaws relaxed and connecting front and back planes of our bodies. Finally, adding a slight smile to your face. A Mona Lisa smile, lips closed. Opening up the front of the throat so that our breath can have lots of room to circulate, refresh, and revitalize. Lifting the chin tall through the crown, rolling those hands over as we stretch out our wrists, hands by your side. I'll ask you to go sideways, Kathy, moving towards our sun style. Feel free to keep the feet wide or narrowing your stance as you challenge your balance. The tightest you go would be big toes touching, heels slightly apart. You decide. It's your practice. It's your morning. From here, working with arms and shoulders, arms out to the side, and then overhead, inhale. Exhaling, hands back down. And let's do that 2 more times, observing the natural rhythm of the shoulders as the arms elevate. The shoulders elevate. As the arms descend, the shoulders descend. 1 more time. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, hands back down. Let's add a forward fold and a back bend. If you'd like to grab those bricks, go for it. Otherwise, we could figure out something else. A little more air in here. Beautiful morning here in SF. Supposed to get into the high 20s is from what I heard. All right, here we go. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as you arc the back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhaling, tucking tail and chin as you're rounded in. Feel the stretch in your low back. Inhaling, finding a neutral spine, back of the head in line with the sacrum, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, hands back down. 2 more times like this. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as you arc. And then arching the spine as you fold it on in. Inhaling, riding the breath up, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. One more time like this, breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail. And then tucking the tail, tucking the chin as you stretch out your low back. Inhaling, riding the breath up, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to down dog. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Inhaling, creating length. Exhaling, folding it in, grounding down through the hands, stepping one foot back. And then the other, finding your down dog. As we hold this down dog, I'll invite you to hold it in stillness, inviting your mind to still. Long arms, long legs, long spine, deep full breath. Either letting your neck relax and your head be heavy, or lengthening through all sides of the neck as you look back towards your navel. Despite the effort of the action, keeping an easeful quality to your breath, finding that mind-body connection that's always there. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. As goes the breath, so goes the mind. Tail end of that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly, lifting the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you step or jump in front. Let an inhale bring length when you arrive. Exhaling, folding it in. Inhaling, riding the breath up, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to plank pose. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Inhaling, creating length. Keeping that length as you fold it on in, stepping the other foot back. And then the other foot, finding your plank. As we hold that plank, feeling that connection between head, hips, and heels. A line of strength running through the center of yourself. A line of strength that supports your attention. Despite the effort of this action, an easeful quality to this breath. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of your next breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high, back to down dog. I'll invite you to move this dog as you bend one leg deeply and then the other, grounding down through the opposite heel, inviting in more prana, inviting in more flow. Whether we choose to work in stillness or in movement, again, always finding that mind-body connection. It's yoga. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? Tail end of your next breath, bending the knees ever so slightly, lifting the tailbone just a little bit higher, finding just a little more space in the low back. And then looking between the hands as you either step or jump it to the front of your mat or space. Let an inhale bring length. Exhaling, folding it in. Inhaling, riding the breath up, arms out to the side and then overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, standing tall. Let's do one more sun salutation. Sun Sal B flow style. A lot goes on and it goes on fast. Inhaling into tall spine. Keeping tall spine, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower, finding more strength in your legs. Inhale, rising on up, open heart, open throat, finding a back bend at the top. Exhaling, a big swan dive over. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as you arc. Arching the spine as you stretch out your low back, rounded down through the hands, now cycling through a push-up. Inhaling into a back bend, and then back to down dog. Take your time. Find your flow. Follow your breath. Once finding down dog, we won't be here for long. Flow style, feet together. Right leg high, high on the left toes to stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. Now looking between the hands, pitching that knee even higher. Now flexing the foot as you float it on through, landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead, warrior one. Now spinning the palms up on your next exhale. Spinning the back heel up, finding your low lunge. And from low lunge, finding your push-up. Inhaling into your back bend. And then back to down dog. Again, take your time. Find your flow. Once finding down dog, flow style, feet together, left leg high. High on the right toes. Looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. Feel that glute engage. And then flexing the foot as you float it on through. Landing it lightly. Spinning the back heel down. Back leg long. Back leg strong. Warrior one. From warrior one on your next exhale. Spinning the palms out. Spinning back heel up as you find your low lunge. And one more time this morning. Finding your push-up. Inhaling into your back bend. And then back to down dog. Once finding down dog, yogi's choice. Either holding it in stillness or adding some movement. Let your body tell you what it wants. The first rule of yoga ahimsa, do no harm. Listening to your body and respecting what your body has to say. Tail end of your next breath, bending the knees ever so slightly, lifting the tailbone ever so higher, finding just a little more space in the low back. And then looking between the hands as you either step or jump it to the front of your mat. Let an inhale bring length in your run. Exhaling, folding it in. On the inhale, stay low, neutral spine in chair pose, knees over toes. Exhaling, taking it lower. Inhale, rising on up, open heart, open throat. Exhaling, neutral spine, hands by your side. I'll invite you to face camera, Kathy. I'll invite you to bring one hand onto your heart, the other hand on top. I'll invite you to come back to your Ujjayi breath and coming back to your intention. Now finding Namaste hands, I'll invite you to touch your thumb to your brow. Your intention is in your thoughts. Touching thumbs to lips. Your intention is in your words. Touching thumb to heart. Your intention is in your deeds. Now rolling those hands over, hands by your side. I'll invite you to bring one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Any amount, I invite you to bow. Thanking yourself for practicing yoga. And offering this practice out to each other and to the world. The light within me honors and respects the light within you. And in this light, we are one. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kathy, for practicing with me.
Thank you, Mark, for leading our practice. Thank you, world, for joining us.
Namaste. Have a nice day.
Namaste. Have a nice day. Thank you.